this is the Mapex Q series, and I used to play it a lot when I got back, but now I don't really get the time. Plus the neighbors, they really complain a lot, so I just practice on the cushions, just like that with the metronome. Yeah, this is a very special kit, and this is where I learned everything. As you can see, the kit is pretty dirty because I haven't been using it for a while, and there are a few marks here and there. I mean, I got to be more careful about that. Yeah, and I don't think this kit is available anymore. I think it's discontinued now, so you won't really find it in any market anymore. I think Mapex, they replaced it with the Tornado series, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, I get to play with much better kits in the jam pad. I mean, they have Pearl, they have Tama. Way better than this. So basically, yeah, this was my first, no, not first kit, but like my second kit, but I've stuck around with it for quite a while. So I used to just do this for 3-4 weeks straight, you know. So one of my biggest influences is this band, Magruder Grind. And yeah, I mean, when I heard them for the first time, I was like, wow, fuck. I didn't know anything could sound so raw, you know, like it was like fucking amazing. Yeah, and this song I really like, you know, lyrical ammunition for scene warfare here, right here. And I'll be covering that with my band, so yeah, really looking forward to that. So another band which was really influential to me was, of course, I mean, the most popular, Nails. I think everybody knows about Nails now. I mean, they're pretty popular now. And yeah, they pretty much had the same exact impact on me as Magruder Grind, I guess, you know, just ballsy, in your face, hardcore. This is a CD which I bought from Japan. It's called Grind Bastards. And it's got the Japanese scene, as you know, it's really awesome. And there is some really awesome hardcore and grindcore bands over there, and I had a really great time. I saw Fuck on the Beach live, and they were like just amazing. So this CD has some really great bands. It's got Korbata, which we played with in Nepal as Snuff X. This next one is also pretty special to me since it's my first vinyl and I don't really have any vinyls. I don't have a vinyl player, but yeah, this is my first vinyl. This is a Congenital Death from my hands, and as you can see, it's autographed as well. I have the autograph of all the band members here. Shout out to Johnny, Ryan and Christian, man. Awesome. Right now I'm playing from 3 bands. One band I play for is called Flemicide. That's like a mixture of slam, brutal death metal and grindcore. And the other band I play is for Bapo. That is like old school death metal, very Swedish type of death metal, you know, like Entombed and stuff like that. And I also play for a noise grind band called Snuff X. So Bapo and Flemicide are pretty new. They formed this year as itself in 2019. And Snuff X has been around for quite a while. It's been around for I think 5-6 years, I think. And it's really brutal stuff. You should check it out sometime. You will probably get your ears broken. It's very fast, and there are a lot of things happening at the same time. Probably feels like someone is being castrated or being, you know, tortured. Knives pulled through his stomach or something like that. And yeah, be warned.
Why don't they just talk?
I think it started like really way back in 2007, I think 6-7, when I started to get into Slipknot, Lamb of God and all those small core bands in college. So yeah, that's when I started to get into metal. Then after that, when I started doing masters, then I started to get into like all the brutal bands like Cannibal Corpse, Suffocation, all that kind of stuff. I just can't really get into soft stuff like Bollywood kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know. I like the distorted guitar and like the fast drumming. You know, I mean, it just I can't explain it. It's just something that just pulls you towards you. You know? Something different, right? Bollywood you hear everywhere, but extreme metal is like something that is unique, right? For like Flambicide, I think as far as grindcore goes, I think we're all influenced by Magruder Grind and Nails, and also a big influence is like Devourment. And as far as Snuffx goes, all the noise core stuff like 7 Minutes of Nausea, Sore Throat, Set Star Sept. Surprisingly, all the bands start with S. There's not much of an underground scene really. I mean, there used to be Reproduce with noise bands and all, but even now that's gone. That's not there that much now. And as far as like our type of metal goes, there's not much really happening. Once in a while, Gutslit comes around. That's it. So yeah, we plan to like make an underground scene with this gig. Let's see.
I play for Bafo, so it's a death metal band. So we are doing some death metal. We do some cover songs and we write our own stuff. When I came in high school in 12th standard, so I started listening from there. Before metal, I used to listen lot of punk music like Green Day, pop punk kind of stuff. In between those time, I met some friends. So those guys introduced me to like Slayer stuff, and it evolved from there. Our song mostly have like dooming kind of stuff, and our riff mostly revolve around tritones and riffing, like heavy riffing kind of stuff. So I usually listen to Morbid Angel, Demolish. I like sci-fi death metal. It's kind of horror genre of music. You have to get used to it. You can't just understand it by listening to it once. You can play as slow as you want, and you can play as fast as you want. You can do it. It's flexible. It's like a clay. You can give it any shape. That's what I like about death metal. So there's no boundary.
We started the band in February this year, 2019, and we basically had no foundations as such when we were forming the band. The band came up together because I used to jam black metal at my place and Kunal used to come out, and we wanted a drummer for my black metal project when we wanted to go live. So we decided to contact Kabir, but we never knew that we would end up playing something which has like grindish taste to it. So basically it is a mix of different styles. Black metal stuff comes from my side, brutal death and slam wala influence comes from his side. Then basically the grind part comes from Kabir. So it's a mix of all the genres. We if we have to define it, we could say that it's slamming, brutal, death grind or something close to that.
So that's the
That's the term
description of
we would call
our
it.
music.
I am a full-time artist, painter, and I mainly cater to music community, and I specialize in painting with my own blood. So that's what I do, and commission paintings and stuff. Little bit of music production at hand when practicing. If you belong to the extreme metal community, the grind is a genre which always comes up in front of you at some or the other stage. And if someone is not aware of grind, then I don't think there's a way of explaining it to them, but just, to scream.
It's just the harshest music that you can listen to.
Yeah.
You won't be able to listen to it
Yeah, one of the
because
most
it's not
extremist
Bollywood
genres. Yeah.
and it's not soft.
I have always been exposed to bits of it, but I think the main direction was 2 or 3 years back when we were chilling at my place on Independence Day, and we had this thing going on where we were flying kites and there was a speaker on my rooftop. He basically came to my place, he played Devourment's Baby Killer the first time, and I got hooked to it, and then we started discussing genres and stuff. I was exposed to black metal bands earlier, like Immortal and Melodic extreme metal bands to some extent, but that was my main exposure when I got into brutal death metal and slam and grindcore to some extent. So yeah, he exposed me mainly towards that side. Then we started exploring together.
I actually started discovering black metal and the extreme side of black metal, the noise thing and all that, in way back in early 15. Before that, I knew about Cannibal and all that, the mainstream stuff. But if we talk about like the underground metal in general, the grind, the BDM, all of that, I started that in back in 2015. That's when I like was into the harshest music like black metal, Nocturnal Depression and all that noise stuff.
I think it's the most harshest, the most truest, and the most in the face explanation we can give to the society. And it's also a way of, maintaining yourself and keeping the sanity that the society requires you to be with in the current state of, area we live in. So I think it just helps us as a person to come out and express ourselves in the best way, and it kind of connects to us in a form which no other genre has connected so far. So yeah.
I would say the animalistic vocals, man.
Yeah.
Because I do the vocals, so that's the thing. And the words, man. The words really matters.
Lots of blast beats, lots of harsh guttural vocals,
And
and
lots
shit.
of fuck yous too.
Yeah, and apart from that, lots of chuggy riffs, lots of fast tremolo picking,
Lots of big
lots
squeals.
of pig squeals, lots of gutturals and gurgle stuff. Blast beats at the end are icing on the cake. So yeah, that's death metal for us. For this project, I think my main influences would have to be little bit of Nightbringer, little bit of Visceral Disgorge in the recent stuff, Devorment,
Magruder Grind.
Magruder Grind, Napalm Death,
Death.
and
Nazum. I would say Nazum too.
Discharge also. I listened to that album. I think underground exists to some extent, but people have oppressed it so far that the confidence has gone. And nowadays, even if someone takes an initiative to pull the underground out, at the end they all end up doing commercial stuff. By commercial stuff, I mean more mainstream genres which are catering to the mass crowd which the city enjoys. Underground is a culture which, according to us, I think is something which is built on the foundations of DIY culture.
For me personally, underground is the harshest music, because if a band is not known and they still play groove, that's mainstream for me. For me, underground is like playing grindcore.
Yeah, like not giving a shit about what people think and still living for it, because at the end the truth is metal doesn't pay you anywhere in this subcontinent as of now, but maybe in the future it would be a possibility. Till then you'll have to do your thing until someone is there to invest in you, and death metal is one of those genres which everyone is afraid of. See, it can't be described because you can never expect anything specific from an extreme event. Like there was this event in Shillong which I was attending once, and it basically had the whole vibe of obscene extreme thing, like people climbing on the stage, taking the mics from the band which is playing. There was this band called Torfor, yeah. Torfor was playing live, and they took the mics from them and they were just singing, and the band was supporting them instead of being dicks about it. In order to be a part of the extreme metal society coming out from a mainstream culture, I think you need to get kicked in the face multiple times to feel that.
I got my nose fucked.
Yeah,
At my first
everyone
mosh
has
pit.
some scars.
Then my finger was like half broken at the first Godless gig that I attended.
Yeah, we all have memories. Like we have this one friend who actually almost got his eye popped.
Yeah, Morton.
Yeah.
He was like, and then he stopped going in the pit. He was like, don't tell anyone, I don't mosh anymore.
But he still had the guts. He came back for the gig again after
Yeah.
getting stitched. Yeah, so that's how we would describe it. But